Well, we are here. Another week of the NFL season gone by. So let's talk about the week that was, week 6 of the 2023 NFL season. And it all started on Thursday night. It was kind of a brutal game to watch. We all know that. Russell Wilson had a very bad night, as did all of us that had to watch this shit. Mahomes and Kelsey did enough to help lead the Chiefs past the Broncos 19-8. And if you're a Denver Broncos fan right now, oh boy, life really isn't very good for you. Switching over to the Sunday action and kicking it off with the England game. The Ravens receivers actually caught the ball for a damn change, but the Titans caught the L. Baltimore wins 24-16. Sam Howell threw for 3 touchdowns. The Commanders' defense picked off Desmond Ridder 3 times. They go on to win 24-16. Justin Fields goes down. It's Tyson Bagent's season until you realize it was no different, really. In a battle of 2 really bad teams, the Vikings persevere and they beat the Bears 19-13. Ugh. Joe Burrow hit for 2 touchdown passes. The Bengals picked off Geno Smith twice as they get past the Seahawks 17-13. Brock Purdy played kind of turdy on Sunday. Jake Moody, that's what you spend a 3rd-round pick on, is so he can miss a short game-winning field goal late. And the Browns leave skid marks all over the 49ers with their incredible defensive performance, 19-17. The Panthers jumped out to a 14-0 lead and certainly were thinking well of themselves, but then they should have realized they were playing the Dolphins, and it just kind of woke the Dolphins up a little bit. They came back to score 35 unanswered points and easily cruised past the Panthers 42-21. And the Panthers' road to the number 1 pick goes on so they can give it to the Bears. I love it. No Minshew magic for the Colts this time as he turns it over 4 times. The Jaguars ease past Indianapolis 37-20, and it gets worse for Colts fans. Anthony Richardson apparently is opting for shoulder surgery that's going to end his 2023 rookie season. C.J. Stroud throws for 2 touchdowns. The Texans defense minimizes the Saints offense, and they win 20-13. And right now, C.J. Stroud certainly showing like he's going to be offensive rookie of the year. And DeMeco Ryans has to be a pretty strong contender for Coach of the Year at the moment. Jimmy G goes down for the Raiders, but Max Crosby and the Raiders defense ride to the rescue, help carry them past a dog shit New England Patriots team 21-17. Even when Mac Jones makes a great throw to Devontae Parker, like, there you go, that's enough of the problem, right? He's having to throw deep to Devontae Parker, and of course it goes through his hands, whatever. Kyren Williams and Cooper Kupp both had big days as the Rams blow past the Cardinals 26-9. The Jets' defense showed up really big late Sunday afternoon, forcing 4 Eagles turnovers. That late Breece Hall touchdown was enough to help clinch it. They win 20-14. Baker and the Bucs offense struggled quite a bit. The Lions had a great day passing the ball, and they go on to win, moving to 5-1, 20-6. The Sunday night game, another kind of ugly matchup to watch, right? Taron Johnson stopped Darren Waller on the last play in the end zone, even though that looked like that was pass interference too. It wasn't called. Bills squeaked past the Giants 14-9. He still made through Brian Dable. He's a fucking a team with Tyrod Taylor's sorry ass. And they almost beat a contender. Come on now, give me a fucking break. And then Monday night, the Cowboys, Dak Prescott held strong in the face of the Chargers pass rush, which was coming after him all day. Eventually, the Chargers were going to Chargers. The Cowboys survive, and they win 20-17. In terms of some of the stars from week number 6, I'll start off at quarterback, and I'll say Jared Goff. He went 30 of 44 for 353 yards and 2 touchdowns. And, again, the Lions sit there at 5-1 and kind of a sleeper contender right now in the mix in the NFC. In terms of running backs, I go with Raheem Mostert. He had 20 combined touches, 132 combined yards, 3 touchdowns, part of that big day for the Miami Dolphins offense. Tyreek Hill had 6 catches, 163 yards, and a touchdown. Again, this season's been full of star performances except against the Bills for the Dolphins offense. And then defensively, I'm going to look at 2 groups here. First, I'll look at the Jets. It was a hell of a performance against the defending NFC champ Philadelphia Eagles. They forced 4 turnovers, kept them in the game. The Jets aren't out of the playoff mix in the AFC as of yet. And then the Cleveland Browns, that defense right now under Jim Schwartz, their coordinator, is playing incredible ball. And they certainly took it to the 49ers on Sunday. It's a shame. Well, maybe not. They're the ones that traded for and gave Deshaun Watson a shit ton of money, so they deserve everything they fucking get. But it is a shame in the sense of this, what is looking right now like really great Browns defense is going to be totally wasted by ineptitude on the offensive side of the ball. In terms of winners and losers from week number 6, I'll start off with the winners, and I'll go back to the Jets. Like, they're hanging around, right? It isn't the prettiest, but they're finding ways to win games. They're staying in the mix in terms of the playoff picture, the wild card picture in the AFC. Big win for them, though. Confidence-building type of win against the Eagles. The Cleveland Browns, like, that was a big win. Like, to have a team that is the betting favorite right now to win the Super Bowl this early in the year. You know, it's undefeated, everything else. They come in, you're playing like your third-string quarterback for all intents and purposes, and you find a way to beat them. Like, that's resilient. That's toughness that you like to see out of a team at this point in the season. And then the Detroit Lions. Like, the Bucs aren't great or anything, but their record is what their record is. They're a winning team, and the Lions go on the road, and they handled them pretty easily. Like, this Lions team is legit right now. In terms of the losers, the Tennessee Titans, like the ultimate of losers to me. Not just because they lost to the Ravens, but they're a team fucking going nowhere. They keep playing Ryan Tannehill like dumb dicks. They're not playing Levis to see what they have in him. And they're not even trying to play Malik Willis to see what they have in him. Yeah, Malik Willis came in late because Tannehill had an injured ankle. But you know, right now, if you're a fan of the Titans, it's got to suck because you know they're going nowhere. You know they have no future. And in that division, staring down the barrel of years of Trevor Lawrence and C.J. Stroud and maybe Anthony Richardson, you know you're about fucked up right now. The New York Giants, like, they could have won that game, and they should have won that game. And if they wouldn't have had that botch in terms of game management at the end of the first half, they would have had 3 points there, and then they wouldn't have had to be trying to score a touchdown at the end of the game. They could have been going for a field goal. Like, tough spot for the Giants, just a bad season continues for them. And then the Chargers. Like, inevitably, it just feels like the Chargers are going to do Chargers things, and they're going to find ways to fuck up. And that's what they do. What else can you really say? Sue me, Chargers fans. You know it's freaking true. Unless you're going to talk about the lady, yeah, and they lost. But my 2-minute drill for this week is talking a little bit about the 49ers because I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are hopping on the bandwagon. I totally understand it, but I can't do it yet. They went to Cleveland. Great defense in Cleveland, yes. But this was an offense in Cleveland that was being led by a quarterback that was so bad, he couldn't even make the roster for Bears football after they gave him a couple million guaranteed dollars. This is the third starting quarterback for the Browns this year, and they beat the fucking 49ers, and I'm supposed to buy in right now that the 49ers are prohibitive favorites in the NFC, prohibitive favorites to go in the Super Bowl? Excuse the fuck out of me. No, I'm not a believer in Brock Purdy. I'm not a believer that in a big game, in a big spot, that he's going to be the guy. And until he proves otherwise, he's not. And if the 49ers go through this season and they don't make it to the Super Bowl and they don't win the Super Bowl, like, everything is stupid. They have all of this star power and none of it fucking matters. And when I look at this, like, you wonder, like, are the 49ers that great? Or do you look at their schedule so far and you say, it's been a bit of cupcake city. Like, you're playing the Cardinals, you're playing the Giants, the Rams are so-so. You know what I mean? Like, what do you really make of them? The Browns aren't a great team. They just have a great defense right now. Yeah, I'm not buying in. Like, they certainly are a contender. And I look at, like, them, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Lions. It feels like one of those 4 teams is going to be the one that represents the NFC in the Super Bowl. But if you ask me right now, would I take them head up in the Super Bowl against a team like the Chiefs or the Bills? You're out of your fucking mind.